Hello friends, it's me, and today, Mr. Beast Riddle back in 2020. Let's check out the Mr. Beast Riddle, the biggest internet scavenger hunt, all steps solved, from Eudoxia Mysteries. I'm so sorry if I pronounce it incorrectly. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. From Eudoxia Mysteries, together, let's go. Let's start. Thank you.
On the 29th of July 2020, Mr. Beast announced
Back during COVID period, at the very start of COVID.
the world's hardest riddle on the internet. Over $250,000 were invested over the course of 100 days to set this up. The winner gets a prize of $100,000 and a video collaboration with Mr. Beast. With the mention of the riddle being around the same difficulty as Cicada 3301, this ARG had me hooked before it even started. On the 30th, around 4 PM EST, the introduction video to the riddle was uploaded, which started one of the most elaborate ARGs on the internet.
I'm not gonna lie, this intro is amazing. It's great.
Throughout the ARG, one gets 6 codes, which are necessary to have for the last step of the riddle in order to win the entire thing. The first 2 are the same for everybody, but the remaining 4 are random for each player. Well, prior to the first step, the player gets the code Z in the introduction video, which is also filled with information necessary to complete further steps. Clicking the first link in the description redirects you to the first step. The first step just consists of clicking on the correct URL, which is the 5th one. The next step is pretty much the same as step 1, with the difference being that the links are now posted on the screen. The 7th link brings you to step 3. In step 3, at the minute 6:08, an URL will pop for a split second. Pasting the link in the search bar will bring you to step 4. Step 4 consists of a simple Morse code in an 11-minute long video. The video also gives you the second code, which is Q. One does not need to go through the 11 minutes presented here. It's enough downloading the video as an MP3 file and uploading it to Audacity. From there, you can just look at the spikes in the audio. 2 seconds into the video, dot dash dash, which gives us W. 42 seconds in and we have dot dash dash again, a W. At 1:22 we have the same letter. Doing this for the entire audio will give us the following URL: www.saveourballs.com. Using that URL will bring you again to a YouTube video, this time step 5. In the video, Mr. Beast explains that only a few selected countries can participate, which
unfortunately, Singapore was not involved. I live in Singapore. Literally, hello from Singapore. I'm half-drum Singaporean. That's unfortunate.
means if you are not living in these countries, you are not eligible of winning the entire thing. Giving these restrictions just now is a bit problematic, and he could have mentioned it from the get-go, but it is what it is. Anyway, after signing up through the URL provided in the description, you are done with step 5, 6 and 7, and you will encounter an emulated phone. This phone will be very important for the remainder of the following steps. You will have a notification in your voicemail tab when Mr. Beast says the following.
Welcome to step 8. What can you put 100 million of in your friend's backyard? Also, Yoda is very cute.
Orbeez and Instagram Baby Yoda.
Well, he refers to a video where he put 100 million Orbeez in his friend's backyard. At the same time, he talks about Baby Yoda, which is a direct reference to the introduction video of this riddle. Here he throws Orbeez in a Baby Yoda pic. The picture shown is in fact an Instagram picture. Looking it up shows us an Instagram page named Baby Yoda Riddles. In the bio we get the next link in step 8 and 9. These are a lot more difficult than the prior steps. This website is user specific, generating unlimited QR codes and only one is correct. Scanning them one by one is not the solution here, so what do? Well, you use a script that scans the codes for you. Running this basic script through the console will eventually give you the next step, which is an URL link and user specific, so multiple people cannot use the same link, which now brings us to step 10.
Congratulations, you made it to step 10. Here's a cookie.
Thank you, Mr. Cookie.
That was all.
This step involves a cookie. Looking at Twitter, we can find an account named Mr. Cookie is here, where he shared an URL. It will redirect you to the emulated phone and step 11. There you will receive a text message from Mr. Beast asking for the 6969th entry on the dictionary, which now you have access to on your phone. It obviously would take too long to go that far in the dictionary. Thus, again, a script was used to do it automatically. People ended up with the word cup, which you needed to text to Mr. Beast. This will give you your fourth code, which is again unique. For me it was T. The text he sends you with the code is an excerpt from the Jungle Book, which brings us to step 12. Now, you could literally read the entire thing here and just stumble across what you need, or you could press Ctrl F and type call me and you get the numbers, which are 6936197831. Dialing this number into the emulated phone will give you the following audio.
Well, well, well. You are doing good.
Yep.
Keep up the good work. Who do you think is cooler? Chris or me?
The first letter of every word from this voicemail forms an URL, which brings us to the next step. Now comes the sponsor of this riddle into play and step 13, Apex Legends. You will get redirected to mrriddle.com/apex and end up with the following clip. In the video, we can see Mr. Beast's brother. A quick Instagram search will bring us to this account, and at the same time to step 14. The fourth post of the picture gives you an URL, rethasnothingtosay.com, which is a dead end. This URL is posted in a lot of the posts on the account. Going through all of the photos, you will eventually find one that will have the correct URL, rethasmuchtosay.com. Here you need to fill an empty space, pretty much completing the sentence. You can just do this by guessing the correct word according to the context, which is experiments, and which brings us to step 15. You need to again fill a space. Does Chris? There's a video called World's Hottest Substance versus Coldest Substance, where Chris has a lot of moisturizer on him near the end. So our keyword here is moisturize. I think you don't even need to look up the video if you follow Mr. Beast consistently already,
Exactly.
but this probably was new to a lot of people. The website also seems
It's a reference that Mr. Beast viewers would know.
to be kinda broken, since sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't.
And the reason why I know is because I watched all of his videos. Gosh, he made a lot of videos.
Anyway, after you manage to do it, you will see the video I mentioned prior and you will be redirected to your emulated phone. There you'll receive a picture from Mr. Beast with the code FREESTORE, which brings us to step 16. For this, it is necessary to go to the first video again. In the first video, there are Chinese letters on a blue board.
Except for the second character, I genuinely thought that it was the English word T. But then if everything is Chinese, it's probably 7 T.
Which translated turn into the numbers 273953436. Dialing this into the phone emulator gives us the following voicemail.
Press 1 to continue. Press 2 to hang up.
I always wonder is there anyone that pressed 2?
Bangalore, professional soldier. Born into a military family where she, her parents, and her 4 older brothers all served with the IMC, Bangalore has been an exceptional soldier.
To continue, you need to press 1. This will cause for a narration to play, which takes around 22 minutes or longer. I'm not sure if the narration actually just loops at a certain point, however, you don't need to listen to any of this. Hanging up and redialing the number will give you again the option of pressing 1 or 2. This time you do not do either of those, but instead enter the number 373378673. We pretty much got this number through Chris. Translating free code in numbers is the solution here and brings us to step 17. After dialing the number, we get to hear William Shakespeare, and this is pretty much step 18 finished. We can simply add /Shakespeare to the address bar, which gives us mrriddle.com/Shakespeare, bringing us to step 19. Here you get your 5th code, which was W for me. This one is a crossword. We need to find out what people should do. The answer to this is fairly obvious.
That's right. 2. Mr. Beast.
It's subscribe to Mr. Beast, which
Yeah.
brings us to step 20. A link will pop up and numbers underneath it. The link leads to Mr. Beast's channel, but the interesting parts are the numbers. You need your emulated phone once more. Texting the number 588-968-8823, the numbers 839263 will give us another link, which brings us to step 21. The video will play and we get something on top of the video. A mailbox with the letters CC on it and the numbers 42069, which result in a text. Honestly, solving this step took me quite a while. First, the CC stands obviously for closed captions.
Yes.
Thus, we need to go to the video that is on the website and look at the closed captions. This will give us the following transcript.
Whoa.
This transcript contains a total of 89 letters. So we take the code, which is 42069 times 89 for the characters in the transcript, and we get 3,744,141. Now we just need to return to our emulated phone and give Mr. Riddle the code in order to proceed to step 22. Here we can just follow this hyperlink and get to this page. This seems to be the Flappy Bird game with Carl's face. You need to gain a total of 100 points for the next step. In the time of the riddle running, the game was so unplayable that people even asked if the purpose of this is to fix the game, which was kinda amusing to be honest. The website just had too many people on it at once, which made it lag rather hard.
It is super duper laggy.
So people just created a bot which ran the game for them. Since I just don't have the patience for this, I just used the Python code, which brought me to 100 points and to step 23. You will receive a notification like this one after you won. There you can see some coordinates which lead to the Grand Canyon National Park. Now you need to actually download Apex Legends. I did it on my PS4, so I cannot show any footage, but here are some screenshots of it. There's a place called Kings Canyon in the game. Additionally, this was mentioned numerous times in investigations, but there's also a VOD from Carl where he plays some Apex Legends. 4 hours, 14 minutes and 10 seconds in, and we see the website. I don't know if people actually watched 4 hours of this to get to this step, but it could be likely since this VOD was even mentioned in steps like 14 or something on Discord servers. On this website, you need to stop at exactly 69 seconds. This
is practically impossible.
tougher than it actually looks. You need to stop at exactly 69 seconds and 0 milliseconds. So I just used the script since I can't be asked, and we will be redirected to the 25th step. Here we get our 6th and last code, which was R in my case. We see a lot of links posted down below. We need to find the correct one, which is mrriddle.com/endcredits. Here you will see the following video from Mr. Beast.
Congratulations on solving the world's hardest riddle. Take those 6 yellow letters you saw throughout the riddle and put them in the box below. And if you're the first person to do that, I will ship this 100 grand to your house. Congrats.
To be honest with you, congrats.
You just need to fill in the code here that you collected throughout the entire riddle. For me it was ZQGTWR. After this, you just need to fill in your personal info and there you go. You just won $100,000. Or not.
Positives and negatives.
I think it was great for Mr. Beast to set up something this elaborate. Ever since Cicada 3301, there has not been any major ARG or internet scavenger hunt, and this really was a lot of fun.
MadPad is trying to do something with lo-fi.
I think the emulated phone was a nice feature and Mr. Beast's team was really creative with a lot of tasks. However, there are a lot of things that did not go that well. Firstly, the country restriction. If only a limited amount of countries can participate in this ARG, then why not state this from the get-go? He mentioned it at like step 5 or so it was fairly early, but for the sake of clarity, it should have been mentioned from the get-go. I guess it would have been demoralizing knowing from the get-go that you cannot win if you are not from a certain country, and thus he refrained from saying it in the introduction video. Secondly, there weren't enough servers and the websites were rather unstable. A lot of people participated, but this was to be expected. Mr. Beast has a very large following and ARGs are very popular, especially if they run on a bigger scale.
39 million. Bro, try adding one more digit at the back.
This caused a lot of problems, especially on the Flappy Bird step, where you could just not play the game properly, which delayed further progress a lot. The first few that came to the step could solve it, and the others were stuck since it was just too laggy. Moreover, the riddle itself was just too easy. Mr. Beast had everybody's expectations very high by claiming that this would be the most difficult riddle on the internet, but this obviously couldn't be further from the truth. The winner just needed 7 hours to solve the entire thing, and for instance Cicada 3301, at least the most current version of it with Liber Primus, is still unsolved to this date. Also, the first Cicada part took way longer to be solved, but at the same time there were less people investigating it, so
The reader didn't stand a chance.
it is to be expected that it takes a bit longer. Nevertheless, digging into Mr. Beast's ARG felt more like a speedrun rather than a true investigation. Overall, I would love to see an ARG like this again from Mr. Beast, but with simple optimizations. Firstly, just get more stable websites and more servers. Secondly, hire professional cryptographers that can set up riddles that are comparable to the Cicada 3301 stuff, because that really takes some skill and a lot of time to solve. Thirdly, include website countdowns and closures of websites. What I mean by this is that you could, for instance, include a 3-day countdown at step 15 or so people cannot rush through the entire riddle at once, and further restrict the amount of IP addresses that can visit a certain step. This way you reduce the number of investigators, thus only the ones that are the quickest get rewarded, and at the same time you avoid people rushing through the entire thing in a collective manner. Fourthly, the steps need to be further individualized and more complicated to solve, thus resulting in less and more exhaustive communication between people that investigate this together. In this
Okay, look. Okay, sir? Okay, I think that you make some very good points. Much respect. Like, genuinely speaking, much respect. Like, you actually pointed out the pros and cons. I'm like, there's improvements to be made. To me, I'm a average individual, a layman, and like, I see the Mr. Beast riddle, it's like, okay, cool, fantastic, wow, cool. But you actually give, like, maybe there's room for improvements. That, sir, you're amazing. You are amazing.
This riddle, it was super easy to find something and just share it, and everybody would just be on the same page without any problems. Man, this video was really hard to make. Obviously people were posting on Reddit and Discord on how to proceed from step to step, but no one explained anything. I literally solved the entire riddle step by step to find out how all of it worked, which took a very long time. I spent way too many hours on this, but I really wanted to make this video. This also just goes to show how hard this actually would have been if there weren't thousands of people digging into it at the same time on Discord servers and Reddit while supporting each other on every step. I hope MrBeast considers making a more optimized ARG in the future, because this certainly was very fun and well done. He should consider hiring professional cryptographers and should orient himself on the Cicada 3301 puzzle, which was running a few years ago. Other than that, thank you a lot for watching. Consider subscribing, rating and commenting, and maybe check out the Discord and subreddit, everything linked below. I'll see you guys next week. Goodbye.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I like it that this video is... It's great. It's actually great. It shows the entire process, step by step, and not to mention, like, how to improve it. Like, the ways to improve it is it's nice. Thank you. And I hope you enjoyed this reaction video. Hope you enjoyed. Subscribe. Thank you. Truly, thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.